Hello everybody, this is Zwy. I'm here today with an Elden Ring video. There's something I wanted to talk about. So, I watched the Game Awards the other night, like most of you probably have, and I noticed that the Elden Ring story trailer that we got, which was amazing by the way, that seemed to confirm some pretty large spoilers that were kind of floating around the internet for a while. Um, some stuff that was on like the Elden Ring subreddit and like 4chan and some Discord servers, and it was pretty crazy because it confirmed there was two major points of that trailer, two things that happened in that trailer that confirmed a lot of the other info that was in these leaks. So we're going to talk about that today. What I'm going to do is play the trailer
Peggy
from the Game
16.
Awards, and it's not that long. It's only a couple minutes. We'll stop it at the points where it's showing some of the information that was in
It
the
happened an
leaks.
age ago.
And these are leaks from like early October, which a lot of them were
But when I
confirmed
recall,
in
I see
November
it true.
by the network test. But here we're gonna have even more stuff that is,
On a night of
basically
wintry
saying that
fog,
everything this guy was saying was probably true, which is amazing. So if you don't want to see any spoilers, I wouldn't watch this video. This is obvious, heavy spoilers into the game and some of the mechanics. So other than that, enjoy the video.
and the demigods began to fall. Starting with Godwyn the Golden.
There's also a really good Vadi video explaining this trailer
Queen
that came out
Marika
today.
was driven to the brink.
That's really good if you want to go and watch that too. I watched it this morning with my coffee. It was great.
The shattering ensued, a war that wrought only darkness.
And all the links for
The
any of
Elden
this
Ring was
information,
broken.
I'm gonna put them down
By
underneath the
whom?
video so you can look at like the actual
Why?
leak, a capture of it, and the map also I'm gonna reference here. So here we can see the Erd Tree, right? And we can see this huge capital, right? And I'm calling it the capital because that's what the leaker referred to this area as. So let me pause the video here. This will be the first thing we're going to go over.
What could the demigods ever hope to win by warring?
Okay, so we have this place, right? And we can see the trees there. The main tree, the main Erd Tree, is behind these walls, and there's like this gate going around it. So if we go back to that leaked concept art map that was floating around, we can clearly see that this is the area right here, right? This is the area that's in the trailer. It's very similar. I don't understand what this big crater thing is here. That I really don't have an answer for. But I'm going to refer to this as the royal capital. And if we go to the actual leaks, so covenants will have an impact on the ending you get and the bosses you fight in the royal capital. So if this is true, the royal capital is going to most likely be the end game area. And we could have different final bosses depending on what we do in the game and how we interact with the covenants and the covenant systems. So that's pretty cool. That sounds interesting. And I like the idea of different endings and different bosses. I mean, every Souls game has had different endings, so that's a given. But the different final bosses, depending on how you play the game, that sounds really cool. And I think that's pretty interesting. So we'll go back here, let this play. I'm going to go over all the leaks in a minute. I just want to get to the second point. So here, they name this character.
The conqueror of the stars, General Radahn.
There you go. General Radahn, right? Once again, if we go over to these early October leaks, this person referred to that character as General Radahn. Like, before anyone knew anything, before we had any idea what that guy's name was. See right here, red-haired giant from the first trailer. General Radahn is a servant to somebody. So, this person knew what they were talking about. I don't think anyone ever confirmed exactly where this came from, but the original story was that it was in a private Discord conversation. And a couple of like influencers and YouTubers and stuff brought attention to this and then kind of jumped away from it as quick as they could because they realized that it was potentially spoiling a lot of the game and a lot of stuff that we didn't see in the network test. So what we'll do is I'm going to go through this now and I'll read what's in here. Not everything because it's quite a bit. And if you want to, like I said, you can read through this yourself. But some of the more interesting things, this talks about the network test. Stats, I'll skip over. Performance, I'll skip over. Bosses and NPCs. So this is really crazy. This leaker says that Patches is going to be a boss fight. And he goes into pretty great detail. So you walk into this cave, you steal some stuff, glass shards, whatever that is, and he calls you a greedy C word or something like that and starts attacking. After half health, he begs for his life. A foe defeated message pops up, and the next time you visit, he does the Patches squat and is a merchant called Patches the Untethered. The cave he appears in is in the network test, but Patches was not there. That's pretty cool. I know a lot of people want to see Patches in the game. To have him be a boss and kind of maybe even have his own little side story, which it sounds like that might happen here. That's pretty cool. Um, this talks about the Magic School, Raya Lucaria, which was in the network test. We got some information on it just from like item descriptions. It was originally called Mont Saint in early development, according to this. The demigod of the area is a 2 health bar fight, and when you kill her, you get the rune, which lets you reallocate attributes and change your appearance. I read this somewhere else. There was another leak where I saw this same bit of information. So this sounds like it might be true. So when we get these great rune abilities, they're going to do things for the player and for like quality of life while we're playing. So it's not just going to be like in-game stuff like unlocking a door or whatever. It's going to give us new options like health regen and changing our appearance, respecking, stuff like that. Moon Lady from leaked trailer is called Renala of the Full Moon and uses a staff. Okay. That's that old shitty looking trailer that just came out that was leaked with the moon boss. So I mean that could be real. Maybe they changed the name though since then, we don't know. In the first phase of this fight, you beat up some magical crippled kids. Think a mix between deacons and second phase Lothric princes. The kids have a golden ring on their heads and are one hit. Once you kill 3, the main boss takes damage, and when her HP is 0, the second phase begins. That sounds like it could be a Souls fight. Sounds real. She uses lunar sorcery. You get a moon spell. That sounds pretty cool. Talks about the serpent guy from the portrait in the castle that had the little like tentacles coming up on his arms and stuff that they edited out of one of the trailers, which was really suspicious. A lot of people were saying that that was going to be the final boss, but it doesn't really sound that way here. Goes over the details of that fight. It says that one of the demigod fights, we're going to be able to summon signs. We're going to be able to summon 6 NPCs that can help. One of which is Balad or Balade, and that's going to be the wolf guy from the concept art and the official Twitter. This goes over naming some other characters. Red-haired giant from first trailer is General Radon, which we know is true now, which is crazy. This was predicted that long ago, and people kind of laughed at this, at this leak and said, "Oh, I could have just made it up." Spirit Summit, that's for Torrent the horse, right? Level up waifu. Big pot boy. So for exploration, it says mines, catacombs, and caves are going to have mini bosses at the end. So the easiest way to describe this would be, a chalice dungeon in Bloodborne. So you go through like this mini dungeon, hopefully get some good loot at the end of it. You probably get materials, you probably get runes, which is the equivalent of souls for this game. Chances are if you're like leveling up your weapon or trying to get your weapon to end game upgrade, it's going to be going through a lot of these things to farm. So I'm cool with that. Talks about some more items. The hub is the round table, which we kind of knew. I think the official Twitter has shown photos of this. We're not sure where it is yet, though. Guiding Grays, unlocking them. Yeah, we know that. So we have the Ever jails. That's where you fight like optional bosses, I guess. Supposedly, it is in this league somewhere. It says that if you there's going to be Ever jail bosses all throughout the whole world map, and if you can kill them all, you're going to fight like a new boss at the end. So you unlock a secret boss after killing all them. I think that's in here somewhere. A lot of the animations do look like Dark Souls 3. We know that. As long as it's got a steady frame rate, I'm fine with that. That's great. L2 for weapon arts, game Estes. Yep, we know that this is tiers of something. That's been confirmed in the network test. Boss weapons. So boss weapons work like in Dark Souls 3. You need to kill the first demigod to unlock it. So like the transposing kin, however you say that. That sounds like something they would do, so I believe this as well. Some demigods have boss souls for weapons. Berries and plants to heal HP. I think we actually got this in an official article where they talked about making healing items. So that's common knowledge. Covenants have an impact on the ending and the bosses you fight in the royal capital. This is really interesting to me. And I really do think that this is the royal capital. This area here. And the area that's shown in the trailer right here, right? So this place. This is the royal capital. I'm willing to bet 100% that that's what this is, and will be one of the end game areas. Um, 3 endings. I don't really know. We can't speculate on that. We wouldn't know. Kill dung beetles for stones. Yep, we know that. We actually got that confirmed in the network test. Okay. Yeah, so all this stuff I think was confirmed. But if you want to, go ahead and take a look at this text. You can read through it yourself. I'll put a link underneath the video. This map as well, I'll put a link to that. I know a lot of you have seen this already, especially if you're coming from like the Reddit, the Elden Ring subreddit. This stuff's been passed around by us, and we pretty much have known about all this stuff for a while. But I haven't seen anybody really talking about, the video or the trailer confirming all this stuff even further this leak. So it's pretty interesting stuff. I just wanted to make a video and talk about it. I'm super excited, waiting for the game to come out, and we've got a little more than 2 months at this point. So thanks for watching if you stuck through the whole thing, and give me a like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one.